Hey, Jerry, isn't it about that time that you got yourself back to the office? I added some more of the work that I want you to do before you go home. I just slipped it under the rest of the work that I left for you, so make sure you do it and don't go home until that's done.
Hey George. Sorry, I think I might be a little confused. I don't get what you mean by all this extra work. And besides, I've already gone home for the day, so...
You what? You already left the office? This is a direct order from your supervisor. You get back here right now and don't go home until all this work is done.
Oh, George, come on. You can't really be serious about this, right?
I need some of those things done for important meetings tomorrow morning. They have to get done by tonight. Do you understand me?
I get that, but are you talking about the work that you and Carl were supposed to do?
Well, Carl and I have already gone home, so I'm certainly not doing any of it.
Wait, so you already left for home too?
That's right, but some of this work is really important. I'm talking about straight from the company president levels of importance, and there is no one left at the office to complete any of it. You wouldn't want to let down my bosses and the company president, would you?
I've been the last person out of the office every day for the last 2 months. Some days I've even spent the night at the office.
And I should care about this little sob story because...
It's just that, well, I'm only human and I have limits to what I can handle.
I can't believe this. How did such a selfish little crybaby like you even get a job here? Just get your butt back here and take care of all of this. Understand?
Yes, sir. I'll head back to the office right now.
Jerry, are you still at the office working?
I am. I'm really sorry to keep doing this to you, Eloise.
What are you talking about? I'm not the one being kept doing overtime every single day. Are you all right?
Well, I'll be okay. Probably.
Well, I just feel awful, really. I know that all of this is my fault, and I'm just so sorry.
Eloise, what do you mean by that? It isn't your fault that those creeps like George at the office try to abuse their power and flirt with you.
Well, I know it really isn't my fault, but still, I know that you went to Human Resources to try and stand up for me, and that got George and his bosses a serious talking to. And even after you did all that for me, I still couldn't take it and had to quit, and now you're there all alone taking the brunt of all their anger. You could always try applying for a transfer to another branch of the company, but who knows when an opening might appear.
Eloise, I am so sorry.
What do you mean? What for? It's okay, I don't want you to kill yourself over this job. I mean, I already found a new job and I'm making money, so if you want to quit and try to find another job, I'm sure that we can make that happen. Even my dad is worried about you staying in this job. Jerry? Are you there? Hello? Your messages stopped showing up as read. Are you still there? Did you get back to the office already? Jerry? Hello? Are you there? Please respond when you get a chance.
Hey, Jerry, what is the meaning of this? Did you really not want to do those important documents that I mentioned so badly that you faked going to the hospital? What is the matter with you? Why did you call an ambulance to the office while you were busy working? You have a lot of nerve trying to get out of doing this work. And now the hospital is saying that you had a stroke from overwork. All that basically means that you didn't get enough sleep. It shouldn't take you longer than a day to rest up, and then you can get back to work and take care of all of this. Honestly, do you think that this is any kind of way to act? What do you think this is going to do to the office morale, huh? You're setting a bad example for the other staff. I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow, and I'm going to bring you your laptop. If you have time to sit around there, then you have time to work.
Hey, George. Nice to hear from you, too. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while? What are you talking about? I saw you at work yesterday.
Oh, sorry. This isn't Jerry you're speaking to. It's his wife, Eloise.
Eloise?
I didn't have any other way of reaching you, so I hope you'll forgive me for using my husband's phone.
Oh, that Eloise. I remember you now. Wow, well, isn't this a surprise? Did you really want to talk to me that badly? I knew that you always liked me, not that I can say I'm surprised. I'm quite the catch. And just the thought of getting to talk to you and leaving our conversation behind for Jerry to look at, you really know how to get me going.
Can you please stop overworking my husband?
What? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I was the one who called the ambulance to your office last night.
Wait, that was you? Why would you do something like that?
Because I was texting him while he was going back to the office last night, and suddenly he stopped responding to me. I started to get a little worried and called the building to talk to the security guard who was on duty last night. I asked him if he could go up to the office and see if Jerry was up there. He stayed on the phone with me and told me that Jerry was lying on the floor when he walked in.
Whoa, well, I didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, the only reason why he was there at the office that late was because he didn't finish his work within a normal workday.
I know that isn't true. I know that you and that other section chief, Carl, have teamed up to try and dump all of the work that you don't want onto my husband. I honestly can't believe you two would do something like that. What is the matter with you two?
What did you just say to me?
And now that things have gone this far, I have no problems telling you what I really think. That just because you guys are higher up in the company, it doesn't give you the right to work my husband to death.
You little brat. Do you even know who you're talking to? And after all the love and affection I tried to show you while you were here, this is how you talk to me?
Well, of course. And I rejected you because I hated you. Do you even realize all the stress and pain that you caused me?
You don't even know what real pain is.
You know, I have been trying to convince Jerry to quit his job.
What did you just say?
Anyways, excuse me.
What are you even talking about? Do you really mean to have the main breadwinner of your household quit? Have you completely lost your mind? If your husband quit, then you would both go bankrupt within weeks. I have to say, you look really great on the outside, but I guess inside you're just another stupid woman, huh? Hey, Eloise, it's been a couple of days since I last saw my phone, but did you talk to George while I was out?
Well, yes. Yes, I did. I went to your office the same night I called the ambulances and saw that you had left your phone on your desk. I didn't mean to look, but I saw that you had so many messages popping up in your phone. I almost turned it off, but then I saw they were all from George and that he was just hurling abuse at you while you were still recovering from the damage that he caused. And, well, I guess I just couldn't stop myself.
Well, I must say that is very you. You always did have trouble controlling yourself when it came to me.
I know, but still, I'm just so sorry for doing that without asking first.
Well, you don't have anything to worry about. It's no big deal. If anything, I'm really grateful that you did that.
Grateful? What do you mean by that?
Well, George actually just came by the hospital earlier to drop off my work laptop, if you can believe it.
He did? Why?
He told me that if I have time to be lying around in the hospital bed, then I have time to be getting work done.
Did he really say that? After I talked to him already? Is that guy completely crazy?
Ugh, it's just that I don't even know what to do at this point.
I bet.
But it really is okay, actually. Thanks to you, he's given me the instrument of their downfall without even realizing it.
The instrument of their downfall? Are you talking about the laptop?
That's right, the laptop. This is gonna take a little bit of time, though. Just hold on for a minute.
Well, if you really think that your plan is going to work, then good luck. Just don't overdo it, right?
Oh, I won't. Trust me. And thank you again. Have you still not finished that work that I brought to you yesterday? I told you that I needed all of it done by this morning. Some of those materials are for a very important meeting happening soon. Good morning. I see you're starting your day right. This isn't time for your little games. I am your boss, and I gave you a direct order to have that work done for me. I even went out of my way to bring you your work laptop at the hospital. That's right, and I am still in the hospital. Doing what exactly? Sleeping? Eating pudding? You should be working. If you have time to laze around all day in your frilly hospital gown, then you should have time to get some work done.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but I was instructed not to do any work.
What did you just say?
I can return to the laptop once I've been released from the hospital, though.
What are you talking about? I went directly to the hospital and told you to work. I don't care if one of those idiot doctors told you to rest. They don't know what they're talking about.
Well, yes, the doctors did also tell me that I should avoid working if I can, but that isn't what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about? Because it sounds to me like you just ignored an order from your supervisor.
I am talking about the company. It is company policy to not do any work while in recovery. I don't have any other choice but to not work.
Well, I override the policy.
The policy was written by the company president.
Wait, what do you mean policy was written by the company president?
I mean, the president of the company wrote and enacted that policy. What else could that possibly mean?
I don't understand. What is the meaning of this? And just how do you know what the company president wants anyways?
Well, I wouldn't have known if you didn't bring me my work laptop, actually.
Wait, so you're trying to pin all of this on me now?
I think that you may already be aware of this, but you do remember that about 10 days ago, the president set up a system for individual employees to be able to contact him directly, right?
You mean the system is already set up?
It is, and all the info to log into that system had already been saved on the work laptop as well.
No, that can't be. You can't be serious.
After you left, my head was still spinning and I felt sick. I wasn't able to sleep at all that night, and then the idea popped into my head to use that service. That night, I logged into that service and I asked the company president about the sick leave policy. And thankfully, with a few good days of rest, my nerves did eventually calm down enough for me to think more clearly. But by then, the president had already gotten back to me.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Well, it's what happened. But don't worry, you'll be happy to hear that in the end, I decided to just quit.
Wait, you're gonna quit your job?
That's right. I even sent my letter of resignation straight to the company president.
You did?
I could tell that he didn't want to be losing employees this way, but in the end, he was the one to sign it off.
But why are you talking about quitting? What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
Because you were the one who drove me to this decision, and you can bet I told the president all about it. But the good news is that I'm thinking about following in my wife's footsteps and trying to find a job that I find personally fulfilling.
A personally fulfilling job? There's no such thing.
Not at your company, not anymore at least.
Are you making light of the company now?
Not really. It was more of a matter of motivation. I mean, this is the company that allowed my wife to be subject to your advances to the point where she felt she had no other choice but to quit. Not only that, but it's also the company that allowed my old supervisors to abuse their power and force me to work late every day for months. And all of that culminated in a stroke while I was working another late night there. I just really don't think this company is a good fit for me anymore.
Well, it sounds like all of that is more of a problem with you than it is the company.
You're free to think that, but I only ask that you try actually doing your own work for once before making that judgment. You can try to pin all of this on personal failings of mine, but at the end of the day, you still won't convince me to do your work for you.
Now, how dare you? Do you know who you're talking to?
Not my boss, I know that much. Anyways, I'm gonna use all of the paid time off that I've accumulated here over the years to take off until my final day.
Oh, you can't do that.
You're welcome to try and stop me, but you should already know that I'm gonna be suing you and Carl for maintaining an abusive workplace.
You're gonna sue us?
That's right, and I'll be hiring a lawyer, so I would prefer to send any messages for me his way, okay?
Oh wait, you can't go. We're not through here.
Thanks for everything. That afternoon, I heard that George and Carl came to the hospital. When they got there, none of the staff would let them in to see me, and George caused a big scene, shouting and demanding to be brought to my room. Just at that moment, the company president walked into the hospital and saw what was going on. He had to come visit me in person and fired them both on the spot. The two of them tried to find work at other firms, but word had already gotten around that they were creeps and bullies, and the two of them were unable to find another job. And after they had to go into significant debt to pay me for the lawsuit, they were also divorced and made to pay child support to their wives. I hear that those two ended up picking up several part-time jobs and working from sunup to sundown trying to pay off all their debts.